two lads have warmed up, so they're ready to start. And Brian Williams has made the first mistake, but not the last of the evening. Brian Williams, the referee. J.Hurley, who has the green and the O on his back, the taller of the two, from Sundays, playing a Sundays well in Cork. And P.Birch from Mount Pleasant in Dublin. I've never seen Peter play before, so I'd be quite interested to see him. I've seen John. John is very strong, very powerful. He hits the ball very hard. And a big man, big stride. And a lovely squash player, actually. One all. Very often you think that these big, powerful lads who hit the ball hard lack skill, but I don't feel that about John. I never did feel it. That's a lovely drive, a beautiful drive. 3-1. Peter is interesting. He seems to hold the racket. Yeah, he's very much of a wristy player. 5-1. John is the number 5 seed here for this over 40s this weekend. Peter is the 12th seed, so John would be very much the favourite.
And now 2-5.
2-5. A very good length. Peter tried to get it at the start before it hit the back wall. Couldn't, so didn't come out in the back wall enough to hit the second time. Peter has a very individual style of playing squash.
7-2.
Very wristy. John's playing a very controlled game. He's dominating the tee and able to dictate the pace and the pattern of the game so far anyway. A slight mishit from Peter. He apologised to John. John acknowledged the apology. Out.
And out 9-3.
The difficulty when you're stretching, playing a wrist shot rather than a striking shot, is it tends not to be as controllable. It's a lovely shot from John.
10-3 game ball.
Shaped to play a drive and then just play the drop. Again, just perfect length, where it just goes exactly hard enough to reach the back wall, but not so hard that it'll bounce off it. Very good controlled shot. And John comfortably takes the first game, takes a 1-game-to-love lead. There's often discussion in squash circles about the optimum and the ideal height and size for squash. And Derek Ryan, certainly, who's been our most successful male squash player, reaching world number 7, number 8, and still at 44 years of age, able to compete with the best of the youngsters. the Michael Craigs, the Brian Burns, would be very similar in size to John Hurley. Maybe not as, probably a little bit leaner in natural build. But then Michael Craig and Brian Byrne just a few inches shorter, still quite tall players and slim. Yet I look at someone like Dave Gatto, Belfast, who is relatively small, but his movement is so good that that's a lovely feint from John to play across court and play it down the same wall. Peter's rushing things a little bit now, I think. Very often when you're feel you're being dominated, you panic a little bit and try and go for winners that aren't on.
And out, 1-2. I did, yeah. Tell you, if you play that, I call it. Not confused there. Too long.
Actually, yes, the referee called the ball down. Personally, I'm not sure it was down, but 3-love. But the two players agreed to just play a let because there wasn't a certainty as to what happened. Oh, Peter had a chance to play a winner, but again, when you're under pressure, such as John is putting on him, the margin for error is reduced because you have to play a drop that's so tight to the tin that the chance of it being down is much higher than if you were playing someone that you were comfortably able to match in squash terms. Good length. For a big man, John gets down very well to his shots. Very nice. You notice the way the 2 shots ago he played a very high, it's almost like what's called a skid ball, so he pushes it off the sidewall, front wall, and deep into the backhand to pull his opponent back behind him. And having done that, then he sets up the next shot for a good winner. Peter's giving himself a talking to relax and play. One six.
And out, 1-6.
Peter's clearly a very good squash player, much better than he's showing so far. I think if he settles down, you'll probably see, yeah, he's beginning to settle and beginning to play to a better pattern. It's hard to get around a man as big as John. Certainly not someone to bump into unwittingly. It's a lovely post, lovely and accurate. That's another one. And Peter calls it down on himself. 7-1. That's an unforced error from John. We haven't seen many of them. And Peter would be grateful for any one of them he can get. He's playing a much better length now, Peter. Yeah. Very good length from Peter.
3-7.
4-7. John's probably dropped concentration a little bit.
4-7.
In fact, we were having a discussion, or I was having a discussion with myself about size. The general reckoning is that the bigger lads, like a big ship, turn a little bit more slowly. Doesn't seem to be the case with John. Ah, that's a very nice drop from Peter.
5-7.
The reality is, if you're a good enough squash player and you learn to play the basics correctly, the movement and that doesn't matter what size you are. Oh.
6-7.
6-7, suddenly 5 points in a row Peter's got. Oh, you went for a high risk drop to lose the initiative. Not a good idea.
Yes, lad.
That was very sensible because of the way the ball came out off the back wall. It came quite central into the middle of the court, and John was vulnerable of getting a bang of it. Ah, that's a lovely boast John plays. He gets down very low and keeps the ball low, but plays it nice and hard. It's moving quite quickly. Yes, nice shot, Peter.
And 7-9.
7-9. That's a lovely drop from John, showing that touch that I talked about. That's a great length. Peter got himself caught into the wrong position, and John just plays a beautiful control boast. So Peter got about 6 points in a row there, which shows that if your concentration drops and you allow someone with his ability in, he can pick you off. But then he missed a relatively easy drop and handed the initiative back to John, and John just breezed through the rest of the game. So it's 2 games to love. And the third game starting in about 45 seconds.
John leads 2-love, love all.
2-love for John, love all. Peter urging himself to raise the tempo. What's really interesting is how much time John seems to have on every shot. He's just well in advance. No, he made a big zero that one. But he has loads of time on the ball. And again, part of squash is to try and take time off your opponents. The more time they have, the more they'll play a controlled, accurate shot. Peter just didn't get into that one right. 2-1. Even there, John was at full stretch to reach that, but because he's so tall. That's a good shot from Peter. A good kill. The coaches wouldn't be coaching it, but if it works for you, that's what you do. Oh, that's a lovely drive from John. Beautiful drive. Again, he had so much time to get his body right. Yeah. It was interesting, John just dropped it short. When Peter came in, he tried to play a deep ball, but it wasn't deep enough. Once John got to it, the court was open, so he was able to play a winner that Peter had no chance of reaching.
5-2, right.
5-2. Those are sort of shots that Peter put into the tin there that normally he would be playing, attacking shots out of. But because he's under pressure, he has to be so close to the bottom of the tin that the margin of error goes. Unlike John, who's relaxed and can play all his shots at total ease. Nice and tight to the ball stuck to it. So Peter had to try and dig it out, but wasn't able to on that occasion. 7-2. You see John in time to look to play it short and then just flick it up high.
And down 3-7.
3-7. I would think if it was 9-all in the fifth, John would have been arguing and looking for a let there. There's a few guys on Sunday as well that I know would be looking for their lets there. If you're listening, Eamon O'Keefe. And Peter had a chance to play a deep shot ball, but it just only came half court instead of 3/4 court. That's a stroke. John acknowledges and gives it to Peter. 4-8. It's a lovely strike, a beautiful kill backhand.
9-4.
2 games, 2 points away from this game for John. Ah, lovely. Again, he had so much time. He can
10-4,
drop it, drive it, bounce it. Yeah. If you give people too much time, they can do a lot with the ball. They could even put the odd one into the tin. 5-10 match ball. Lovely float. Peter shakes hands, acknowledges, and they both thank the referee, Brian Williams, for a good job. Comfortably done.